Okay, I'm going to show you a first assignment for the project. Okay, and probably the most important one, which is getting your title and introduction sorted. A good title and a good project will allow you to create an A-star project. A bad title, a bad project is going to hamper you throughout, and you may not achieve the marks that you want and the marks that you need. So we're going to spend a couple of weeks on this, trying to get this spot on, trying to get this right. So I've logged in here as a student. There's my false student account here, and this student has joined the Google Classroom for the Advanced WBQ project. Okay, so you should have all done this before. If you haven't, there was a video showing you that, and your teacher can give you the code and the codes of the video as well. So I'm going to click on this, and down the left hand side we're going to see the getting started element, which we've gone through, which shows you the example and the PowerPoint the teacher would have gone through. Introduction to this Google Classroom video is there as well, so it's just to familiarize yourself with it. The important stuff are the topics down the left hand side. These will populate as I release them to you, okay, as we build this up. So we're going to go here, project title. Okay, what I've done is I've set it up as an assignment. It's saying not done because the student hasn't done it yet. You can click on open and we can see everything that's in there. When you've done it, or you feel that you've done it, you can mark as done and it will inform your teacher. You can add files, okay? You can upload them from your school account. If you put them in your Google Drive, which you've got now as well, that's where all your work will be stored. You can add them there. You can also create something that you want to see. Docs is like Word, slides, PowerPoint, sheets, Excel, okay, and drawings. As it says, you can make a drawing and post that. Probably won't use this that much, but if it's there, you can. What you've got in this part here are the resources for this particular piece of work, okay? So the first thing you're going to look at, okay, is choosing title part one. This is stuff a bit different, really. It's been created by WJC. It just gives some student scenarios on how to perhaps start thinking about what project you want to do. So we've got some fictitious students. We've got Pearl, qualifications that they're studying, so health and social care, biology, English, characteristics, so that's for you if you wanted to put that down, and a goal. So this person's got a goal, they want to be nurse in the army, okay, and an officer. And we've got a few more. We've got Gwyn. They're all sort of slightly different. More of an art-based student, wants to do fine arts. Alid, different goals here. Management wants to go into retail. Mari wants to do engineering. Jordan, which is probably going to be a few of you, love him. He's doing a variety of business, maths, sports development. A bit harsh to say he's got average ability. Okay, footballer, character. Dunno is his goal. Pretty tough if you don't know exactly what you want to do career-wise, university-wise. That's always the toughest to then think of a project. This person here, so we've got Sean who wants to do with medicine. So we've got a few of these for you here to look at just in part one. So, you know, it's something that you need to think about with regards your goals and your career. So you just want to, when you load this one up, when you've done that, it's just you want to make a note. What are your qualifications and goals? What are your university and career aspirations? What really interests you about these aspirations? So the best thing to do now is just spend 5-10 minutes writing these things down, okay, before you moving on. You know, some of you are going to be confused. Some of you really don't know what to do, and some of you will have a definite, idea about what your project area is going to be about. You've already decided you want to be a doctor, you want to be a vet, you want to be a teacher. You know, you might have got these already set up in your head. So that's quite good. But you do need to have a good project and a good title. So where are you going to go next? Once you've written these things down, you've got some ideas. Let's have a think now about what you're going to do. And WJC have been working with universities and they've got these set up for you. So we've got these links here for you, okay? They're also, that link is also outside of this Word document here as well, resources. You can see I've opened it here. Make sure you go to the right place. It's taking you to the WJC website. Don't look at any of these because these are the challenges that you've already done. You've got the project proposals down this side here, and there's loads of them, and they're on themes. You must note these are not titles. They are areas, they're proposals, they're areas that you could think about and develop a title from them. So we've got American Studies, Applied Science, if you're into sciences, if you want to be a teacher or you're interested in education, that's good. If you like English and you want to do an English language based degree, or you want to be an author or a journalist, that'll be really good. Healthcare sciences, so if you're interested in that area. Law, languages, got medical sciences, so they are linked in here. Foreign languages, natural sciences, religious studies, social sciences, sports sciences, something created from the Alzheimer's Society, or medical related again, but from an organisation, not a university. We've got architecture, again from an organisation here, from ASMA UK, engineering based, geography, history. Another organisation here, the Patent Office in Newport, the Intellectual Property Office. Politics, if you're interested in that, management of business, media, so, film and TV, radio, etc. Politics from the National Assembly for Wales. Stats Office, mathematicians out there, there's some really good stuff here we'll look at in a second. And psychology and sociology. So I'll just click on one, click on that, it'll download, and I can have a quick look at the project proposal. So if I was interested in psychology, here we go, we've got a project proposal from the university, from Aberystwyth University, and it gives some information about autism. Okay, I'm not going to read it to you, but it gives you a sort of a synopsis about autism and things to do there. From that, you try and create a title. Okay, you try and create a title from that. We'll come on to that more, and perhaps in a separate video of developing titles. But you can see here, take control of your own health. So again, you can read these and see, oh, I might be quite interested in doing that. So Aberystwyth have done a few of these. Playing musical instrument based on psychological impact of that. So they all come from this department here, take control of your own health. Now we got a different one from Bangor University. I don't really know a lot about these things, obviously. Childhood is a social construct, but if it's something you're interested in, and you'll get a contact as well here. Okay, so it's really good if you pick these proposals. They'll often link with people who can help you, and you can email things off to them and ask them questions, and you could even do interviews with them over the internet as part of your primary research. So there's loads and loads. Look here, I think it was about 8 then, and they'll all have links there. So Bangor University and Aberystwyth University Schools of Psychology have set up some really good stuff there for you. So that's psychology. If we go to the stats office, okay, the school's got really good links to the stats office. It's in Newport, so they've even got their own Welshback.support at the ONS. Okay, so this is the stats office of social research, understanding views. You'd have to read it and come up with a title based on that. There we go, household survey area. So there's 2, 3, inflation. So research into inflation, well-being, poverty. The really good thing about picking one of these is you're going to find some really good statistics to use, some numeracy statistics in your project, which is something that's all of you will need to do. Okay, so there's quite a few there from the stats office. I can't spend all the time going through them. This will be up to you to do that. I mean, I'll pick another one. So if we go to the Alzheimer's Society, seeing this from a university. The Global Challenge of Dementia would be the project proposal, and you develop a title from that. So it's just the one on there. But again, you'll have contact, or you even given mobile numbers, etc. They really do want to be involved with you. Okay, these societies and these have departments set up specifically to try to engage with students and with schools. It's part of their job to do that. So they do want to hear from you. Okay. Don't be afraid to go and look at this and ask. Last one, then let's have a look at another one. Law. So Bangor University again, School of Law has looked at these different project proposals. It really does mimic on a much lower level how universities will set you up to do your dissertations and projects. Okay, with proposals and briefs like this for you to create titles from. So it's invaluable if you're going to university. You'll have a really good start over students who are not doing this kind of thing, and understanding of how to place these projects together. So hopefully there's some really good information there that you can glean. You know, we're going to let you sort of research and spend a good few hours doing this. Try not to waste your time. Some students will just sit around doing nothing, not thinking about anything, not really trying to find a project to do. It's really bad to get off to a start like that. Okay, that should really find you something that you would like there. Now, the thing is, if you do find something you like, if it comes from this, the chances are you're going to be able to find lots of sensible data, okay? What I'll do is I'll post some videos of how to check the ONS website and Stats Wales websites to find information or statistics, because you really do need to have secondary research. You must have access to it. Down the years of doing the old investigation, I would have many students, when we've got 2 or 3 weeks left, will still be moaning that they can't find information, even though they were told before you start writing your project, make sure you've got plenty of sources to use. Now, we've just been doing that with your global challenge. You're used to finding sources. That's why we do it before the project. The only difference with this is you need to make sure you've got some numerical data to use. Now, it's really good if you can find secondary, but you will do primary research as well, where you'll conduct interviews and surveys and analyze the answers from that. So you'll always have access to that, but it's really good to have some good secondary research data as well. And we'd also be looking to find some sources from a variety of standpoints, and this is really good practice to employ. The same as we did with the global challenge, we tried to get things from different perspectives, etc., on the topic and title that you choose. So if you're lucky enough to really have come up with something, by now, make sure that you can find this information. You won't start writing it, okay, before you are certain there's plenty of stuff out there. Newspaper articles, can you find plenty of stuff on newspaper articles on the proposal that you're doing? Sometimes possibly from different political views, etc. So from the Mail or the Guardian, which will give you that different slant on things for you to research and analyse. Now we could look at academic papers on the subject. Often in these ones here, you might have some links to some academic papers, okay, when you look at the university ones already for you. You can also do things on social media, YouTube videos with people talking about the topic, okay, all that sort of stuff is viable to use. Possibly then they may not be web-based. I know most of you will look for web-based, that's just the nature of stuff, but there may be textbooks and things that you can use again. So if you're still struggling, other avenues you can explore for your proposal. So you've got organisations, so there's a couple of lists here, depends on what you've chosen. People in the profession you could speak to, so your teachers, if you wanted to do psychology or something, they might have some ideas, that sort of thing, and then businesses or professional bodies, and there's some examples there. So you really do have to start to think about the research that you're going to do to come up with the titles that you need, okay? So that's that then, okay? What I'll do is as well, there'll be some on Google Classroom, there'll be a few examples of some titles for you to look at, as well as where you've got these here, there are some example titles for perhaps somebody that's going, for each of these students, just to give you an idea of what a title looks like as opposed to a proposal. Okay, so good luck, choose wisely, and remember the only constraint is your title should be future, career or education related. So if whatever you're applying for in university, you should be looking to study something along those lines. And whatever you're going into, if you're going straight into career, you're not going to university, you should be looking into that. Those are the only constraints for this. Okay, good luck.